Yeah, we have our hands full with St. Louis. Especially another A-10 road game. So we gotta be ready to go. We gotta be on our stuff. That's for sure. But they are a very physical, very tough team. They really do a great job around the rim of rebounding and scoring around the basket. So we got to make sure that we bring our hard hats to this game for sure. But it's an exciting road game. I'm excited to see how we play on the road here after Saturday's win, and we got to have another great day of practice and be ready to go.
What stands out about their defense with that 1-3-1 zone that they have?
Well, they're so big and physical, and now in that 1-3-1, and even their matchup when they're switching everything, it's just something different with great physicality. So you can't play side to side. You got to play downhill, and which is something that we do. So we got to make sure we bring that to the table tomorrow night. But you just can't stand around out by half court and throw it back and forth. It's just not going to work. You got to be aggressive. We talk about courageous drives and sit down and get 2-3 guys on you and really share the ball. That's how we play. So we got to make sure we're really aggressive against it. And if you're standing flat-footed, it's going to be a long night.
You always want to take advantage of your athleticism, but is it even more so, without giving too much away, more so part of your game plan against a team that has such a short bench and so short-staffed as St. Louis is?
Yeah, without a doubt. We want to, no matter who we play, we want to try to get another team's bench, so forth, and tire guys out. But the one thing with our athleticism, we got to come up with loose balls. We got to find ways to get some rebounds that that are out of our area per se, in transition, get out on the break and use our athleticism for sure. We don't want the game to be mucked up the whole time and be flat-footed and standing around, because that's to their advantage.
Is there a way to carry the energy and excitement that we had Saturday to practice today to tomorrow night?
Yeah, keep demanding it. Keep the players demanding it out of each other. Have really good practices, and then be ready to play. Be ready to go on the road and go get one. You can't win on the road hoping or wishing things would go your way. You got to go make them happen, and we got to be really aggressive.
Coach, what can a win like that do? Obviously, you guys were coming off 2 pretty rough ones, and to come out and pull away and run away with it at the end. I mean, you just kind of see that kind of reset the guys, and how good can it be from that?
Any road win is a great win, especially in the A-10, without a doubt, and to play against all these teams in this conference on the road. You have your work cut out for you. So the better teams, the special teams, are the ones that can go on the road and find ways to win and get back. Get back on campus with a W. So it's huge to carry this momentum from Saturday. Had a really good practice yesterday. We got to make sure we have another good one today to build this momentum to go into it. And we got to get after it. We got to go after it. We can't be on our heels when some things don't go our way. Keep fighting and keep moving forward.
You mentioned on Saturday that you guys kind of went back to basics. What's the kind of the key to maintain that mentality and kind of maintain that looseness moving forward?
Well, I'm not saying it's looseness as much as demanding unbelievable effort. And our guys want it so bad, and sometimes when some things don't go your way, especially being young and having different roles than in the past, you're looking around this, what should we do? And you can't be looking around. You just got to go. You got to go do the next play as best you can, as hard as you can. And we learned a valuable lesson for a 6-day period. Some things didn't go our way, and we didn't handle it well. And we got to mature from that. We took a good step Saturday, but now you go on the road, it's even harder. Let's see if we can mature even a little bit more on the road. That hey, some things aren't going to go our way tomorrow night, but let's handle them and just keep moving forward and keep fighting. I think that's the big thing. Our guys also know that when we let it out and just fly around and fight like crazy, that's when we're at our best. Everybody knows that. If we mess up, move on. I think if we just do a really good job of just fighting like crazy, but playing fast, playing hard, and flying around, I think that just gives us such a great advantage. And we got to do that even when things aren't going our way.
For a lot of these guys, the guys that were here or the young guys, this is probably the most adversity they've faced as a player, maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah.
In terms of like you said, in terms of the last 2 weeks.
Well, no. Well, I think some.
On the court,
Yeah, I think some of these guys, Johnny and Justin have been here. They had some tough adversity in their career, but they were in different roles. and then the new guys, a lot of times you go to a really good program, you don't think stuff like that happens to you, and stuff like that happens to everybody, and you build your program and your culture on how you react to things like that. It's easy to build a program when you don't lose and you're a front runner all the time. Well, it doesn't work that way. I think you build the personality of the coaching staff and the personality and culture that you want in your program through some really tough times. And I really liked how we handled it Thursday, Friday, going into Saturday's game. We're going to have some other adversity throughout this year. We got to learn from we handled it the right way after the Richmond game and got ready for the next one the right way. That's how it's got to be. And we have some young guys that picked VCU because it's such a successful program and have this great support. But this program, we want to continually be built on fighting through the tough stuff and having an armor to us. No matter what happens, we still do what we do. If you're on the mountaintop or if you're in the valley, we got to do what we do and get really good at it.
How much do the guys kind of pay attention? We're in the thick of A10 play. Do they pay attention to what other teams are doing, what records are? And
yeah, so we post it in our practice facility. We put it on the board in the gym. We update it every day after every game, so our guys know exactly where we stand, and I think that's very important. That we take care of what we can take care of all the time, but we're also fighting to be at the top of the A10, and it's a long season, and there's a lot of teams bunched up right now, but everybody's got to play each other a bunch of times, and that's how you sort it out. But you take care of your own business, you put yourself in a good spot.
You talked about the better teams winning on the road in the league and the bunched upness, so to speak. With this much parity in this league, is it one of those things where those things like winning on the road? I mean, that could be the difference between a top 4 finish and a bottom 8 finish.
Oh, without a doubt, you got to go on the road and steal some or take it, whatever you want to call it. But you got to go on the road and find a way to win. And we got it to overtime at St. Joe's, but we let that one slip away. And of course, we got that one at LaSalle being down. That was good, and then Dayton wasn't good enough. And so we got to be better than we have been going on the road. But through experience and through these challenges, it makes you. And that's one thing we want to take pride in as a program is we can go on the road and win games.
How razor thin is the difference that you've noticed between these teams in this conference?
Well, you watch as many games as you can, and then you watch scouting, and it comes down to a couple possessions each game, or somebody gets out to a big lead, and another team comes back, and nothing is safe. That's what I've been saying to our staff. That's why, even though we had a tough 6-day stretch, it wasn't the end of the world, because other teams are going to go through it too. What we got to do is make sure it doesn't happen again, and rebound from some things that don't go our way. Rebound and just keep improving and keep fighting like crazy and try to give yourself a chance to win every night you go out.
Do you know what